Okay, hello Megaleech. Seeing out the weekend with live stream. And of course I'm going to do my usual thing while I wait for the regular gang to get here. If anyone's, might be a quiet night. Who knows? But I am going to make a cocktail. Going to make actually going to do a couple of short ones tonight. I had been doing one long one and one short one. But I did a long one last night, which means I'm slightly out of whack. I need to do 2 short ones to get my rhythm on my channel back. So I'm going to make the first one. So that involves moving my chair. It'd be fun if I had more room in here. Oof. At some point I might get rid of that bed, quite honestly, and move my live setup over there. Then I'd have more room with the camera, which would be less stressful for me. You know what, I actually just had an idea. Not that I do it tonight, but I could potentially just move that and it wouldn't be in shot for the videos. And then I could put the desk, that might work. I'll have a look at that. I don't feel like fucking around tonight. Having said that, who knows? I might be in the mood to do some furniture moving. We shall see what happens. Okay, put that there. Okay. Put this here. We're going to shaky with the cocktail. Bring this camera over here. Now, where's the middle? Is here. So the middle's actually here. Maybe that's why I'm sometimes having trouble with lining up the camera. I don't put it in the middle. I'm not doing that yet. Jesus. I have a rhythm where I do the same thing over and over, and I change one thing, and I get really confused. Okay, foist. Gonna put this in a coupe. So, let's put some ice in a coupe to chill it. Cause I'm a classy professional. Right. We're just about ready. Let's get this happening. Where the fuck is it? Jack Frost. Alright, so rum, blue curacao, this. Okay. I'll open this. Shitty, cheap pineapple juice drink. I don't care. I'm going to turn it into a syrup tomorrow anyway. Or Tuesday or Wednesday. Sometime soon. So we've got rum, pineapple juice, lemon juice. I don't have my fucking lemon juice. What an idiot. I hate it when I forget something I need. Okay, I'm going to get some lemon juice. Back in 30 seconds. Okay. Got my lemon juice. Okay. We'll do rum first. Why the heck not? Okay. Ooh, that rum has a bit of funk to it, I tell you what. That funky overripe banana rum smell. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's do that. And let's start the amigos. Pineapple juice. There's the sugar syrup. That's a yummy sugar syrup. Okay, that's the makey bit. Hello, honey. How are you this fine hayfilling? Now, let's put that ice in there. Ice, baby. And make sure that glass is lined up properly. Right, and start again. Suddenly I'm doing Billy Idol lyrics. Oh man, this smells really good with this rum. All right, starting to drink a blue drink. I meant to say starting the night with a blue drink, but you know. I mostly made an intelligible sentence. All right. Oh, I want you, Messiah. Oh, okay, I need a new fucking memory card. Fuck does this one keep fucking up? Oh, I'm going into the office tomorrow. Go into Office Works or something. I think there's an Office Works in the city. You'd reckon there would be, honestly, wouldn't you? Okay, that will do. Should turn the audio recorder on while I was fudging around with that. But here we go. Come on, audio. Oh no, let's go. That's going? Yeah, okay. G'day, cocktail lovers. Look at this blue beauty. Blue drinks are automatically party drinks. We need more blue drinks. And also, I think this one's going to taste good. It does, but use a good rum in this. This is called a Jack Frost Blue, and this is how we make it. In a shaker, we put 2 ounces or 60 mils of white rum, and then we're doing 1 ounce or 30 mils of pineapple juice, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of lemon juice. Then we're doing 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of blue curacao, and rounding things out with about 1/3 of an ounce or 10 mils of sugar syrup. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a chilled coupe. Like I said, the rum you choose will make a big difference with this, so use a rum you like, and it's a fun drink, and it's great tasting. I think you'll love it. Jack Frost Blue. All right. Boss Mac Topsoil, hello. Sorry, give me a second, and I'm going to sit down. Multitask on the live streams. I chat and I record videos for my cocktail channel. There we go. Boss Mac Topsoil. It's up? What are we referring to in this context? Look at these blue drinks. But made with a good rum that has real character. Man, that Jimmy Rum Silver's good. It's technically not a rum. It's a white cane spirit because it's not aged. But it's freaking good. Make it with a shitty rum. It just kind of tastes like sugar. Because a shitty rum doesn't have a good taste. But that rum's got a bit of funk, so it's got some real fruitiness happening. I'm quite liking this one, actually. Make my pea blue. Maybe, depending how strong the artificial colouring in the blue curacao is. Not a colour that exists in nature. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put an orange peel in there too. I think that'd be nice. And man, why am I fucking up peeling orange at the moment? Don't know what's wrong with me. It's orange all over the top. All right, if I can take... Oof, I'm getting well dodgy at doing these orange peels, and I don't know why. Anyway, you know what? I should do a cherry there. You can go faster on your bike than female joggers. Well, you know, it's a wasted day when you don't learn something. You know what? Just because I'm me, that doesn't really go with this drink, but I'm going to go get a cocktail skewer and put a cherry in this drink because it's just an excuse to have a cherry. I got to remember where I put my cherries. I can't actually see it. Oh, Jesus Christ, it was literally right in front of me. Whoa, that's a worry. All right, that's all good in the hood. I got a skewer. I can sit down. Sit down, laddie. Oh, goodness me. Right, time to go cherry hunting. Oh, missed it. There we go. Second time lucky. It's weird. The last cherries in the jar are always a bit dodgy for some reason. Hey, Strict Sega. Which is, I think, coming up with creative intros like Kirsten has a good one. Witches and switches. Like, hello, my witches, switches, and bitches. Ah, okay. For a novelty drink, that's yummy. I'm quite enjoying it. Next one's a bit more serious and grown up. It's a whiskey drink. Yeah, no, it's good. Coming up with different hellos is class. I like it. It's to be encouraged. Alrighty. Is there anything? I think I did a Lucino's dessert. Was it almonds in Alameda? Is that the thing that encouraged me to do? It's such a weird drink. Vodka, lemon juice, apricot brandy, and orgeat. Right. Oh, that's why it's called. It comes from Alameda in the US. Fair enough. Okay. So, one's just called a vodka cocktail. Well, that's inspiring, isn't it? Comes out of a 1944 book. Vodka cocktail. Vodka, cherry brandy, lemon, and ice. Cocoa Grony. I was kind of thinking of doing this. A Negroni variation based around coconut rum. You know what? I think I'll do that. I'll see if I've got it on my list. So you can say my day was fine, thank you. Mrs. Angry made pancakes this morning, so that's always good. And we went walk around the park at lunchtime, which I also enjoyed. And apart from that, I've been chilling out. How have you been? I've not done a fruit tingle before. I was going to look at what's your standard recipe for a fruit tingle. I think that's a vodka one, isn't it? I have a pathological hatred of vodka. Okay, that's interesting. Liquor.com doesn't have a fruit tingle recipe. Okay, just before I do it, did I save the Cocoa Grony? I did not. Okay, so I'm gonna just add Cocoa Grony to my library. Cocoa Grony. Honestly sounds like a Sesame Street Muppet. Who's this, Emma? This is Emma's friend, Cocoa Grony. Oh god, I could do a whole sketch around that. I might do that when I make the video. So it's when Oz coconut rum, when Oz be butter, bitter, red aperitivo, and when Oz sweet vermouth. And I'm going to do a longer video on that. Dunzo, Cocoa Grony. Dr. Jones, wake up now. How you doing? You go, oh, were you doing blue curacao in your daiquiris? Because that's fucking cool. Blue daiquiris are cool. You broke your phone. What were you doing? Drinking too many frozen daiquiris? I'll see. While I say I don't like vodka, I'll just do a variation. Oh, there you go. Apparently, a whiskey and cola with aromatic bitters is called a buckaroo. There you go. I've never actually heard that term. God, now I want to do that for Chuck Tingle, who calls all his followers back buckaroos. And he's just so cool. What's a Taco Bell? Whiskey, corn liqueur, chili liqueur, lime bitters. Why is that called a Taco Bell, for fuck's sake? All right, and he's got that Nixter stuff on it. You know what? Fuck this. I'm going to do my own version of that. And it's going to be tequila. Going to be like a tequila old fashioned. I'm going to get ever so distracted from looking up a fruit tingle recipe. I think Doc was going to do a thing. It's weird. Most of what she was showing was orchestral, like soundtracks and rave music. Micro, how are you doing? What's it going to be, Sunday morning for you? Some absurd hour on Sunday morning? Sorry, I just missed that you and Soph did 3 jugs. You didn't finish the 3rd jug. God damn. So, Dr. Jones, I'm doing well. Glad to see you. I do have a video coming up on my cocktail channel based on one of the recipes you told me. I think you weren't actually on the stream when I recorded it. And because I'm so far ahead, it won't be in my cocktail channel for a couple of weeks. You want a McChicken at 4:21 a.m. I mean, that's a normal thing to want at 4:21 a.m. Oh man, I like that drink. Yeah, sleep deprivation problems. Yeah, getting proper sleep can be a real struggle. Okay, so I'm going to do my version of a Taco Bell. Okay, yep, no, I know what I'm going to do. And I'm going to call this a Taco Bell too, because fuck that guy. His doesn't make sense. So, Taco Bell. I think this is going to be a full length one as well. So, if we do, then is reposado tequila, one of corn whiskey, a quarter Oz chili liqueur, because I haven't done chili liqueur for a while. Quarter Oz sugar syrup. And then that's a nice old-fashioned variation. There you go. I'm a genius. That's probably going to be good. And I'm probably not going to make it for a couple of weeks. But I put the notes down so I won't forget. Oh, the blue drink. Yes. This is a Jack Frost Blue. So it's rum, pineapple juice, lemon juice, and blue curacao. Relatively simple. It's actually, I used a really quite good white rum made locally. Very good. Oh, Jesus. Micro, I am the most Caucasian dude. Whitest thing since white bread. I'm very Caucasian. I got a bit of sun on the way. I was showering this, like, it's only very mild, like they aren't looking red. I was showering this morning, and with the hot water hitting my arm, this arm felt a bit sensitive, and I thought, it feels a bit like a bruise. Like, I think I ran into a doorknob. Is that what it is? Then I moved, and then this arm felt sensitive to the hot water, and then I looked. They're coming up a bit red, and I'm going, oh, I was walking along the beach, and I didn't have sunscreen on my arms. I got very lightly sunburned. So strictly Sega. There are 2 good rum distilleries not far from me. One is actually right next to Puffing Billy. Melbourne people will know that. It's called the Killick Distillery, Killik. I've got their overproof white rum. It's hella funky. And out on the Mornington Peninsula, there's a distillery called Jimmy Rum. This one was made with the Jimmy Rum Silver, which is an unaged white rum, and it's got that little bit of funk in it that you get with good rums. You get good rums that don't have this. I shouldn't say that, but a lot of rums you get that little funk. It's a bit like overripe banana or overripe pineapple. Oh my god, I have to be so careful of the sun. I haven't done like a long walk in the sun for a while, and I wasn't thinking. I had sunscreen on my face because I use moisturizer that has sunscreen in it. I didn't think of putting anything on my arms, and I fucking should have. But that'll be a reminder. Next time I go walking in the sun, I'll put sunscreen on any exposed bits. Okay, am I looking too pale? I can maybe cheat. See, there, I just changed the lighting. And now I probably don't look as pale. You're like a bottle that just says rum across it. Like as much. Some people mark it like that, actually. I think I need a little bit more light on me. There you go, a little bit more light. That's better. You bought sunscreen coincidentally. You wanted hay fever treatment. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Combined insect repellent and SPF 50. I like that. Got Buckeye. No idea what brand it is. That's okay. Yeah. That was the jokes in the old Emilio Estevez movie Repo Man. And by old, I mean 80s. Everything was generic. Like the beer would just said beer and soda just said soda. So, yeah. But this is made with Jimmy Rum Silver, and it's really nice. Because there's not much to it. It's basically the rum and sugar, essentially. Sugar from the fruit juices and sugar from the curacao. And it's actually nice. It's not just okay, it's nice. SPF sunscreen is a joke in the office. Okay. Rays, what's up, man? Good to see you. You catch me just as I finish my blue cocktail. I have a plan for my second cocktail. A whiskey cocktail that has mint leaves in it. Gonna muddle some mint leaves. Oh man, that was sorry. That's a solid, maybe 8.5 out of 10. That's a very good blue drink. That one I just made. Plus, also blue drinks are party drinks. So, I'm always on board with a blue drink. All right, I do want to make this one more video and then settle down. Okay, I'm all tangled up here. I'll try and get less tangled. Fuck, dude. I'm so going to break something here. God damn it. All right, no, there you go, look. I did that without breaking anything, which I'm slightly surprised by. Okay, I'm going to bring my camera over here. Yes, Repo Man, good movie. They reused the joke 2000s mid-level American comedy employee of the month. Beer says beer, bread says bread. Yeah. I feel like Repo Man was the first one to do it. Although Public Image Limited also had an album they just called Album. And the single Rise, which is one of the best ever Public Image Limited songs, was packaged generically and it just said single. Right, okay, so got to drink these. Oh, goddammit, I don't have my non-alcohol drinking glass here. Gonna want that because I'm gonna want to drink something that isn't alcohol. Anyway, I'm gonna put that there. Okay. Okay, so blue curacao can go away. Okay. Jack Frost Blue, you go from to do to doing. Like your mum in Amen Corner. I need Amara. Amari. You know what? Averna came out first, so we're having Averna. And my red aperitivo. Okie doke. We put the rum back. And get some whiskey out. Okay. Okie doke. We are ready. Get ready to see what's coming now. Put that there. Get a little bit more ice because we're going to freshen things up with some fresh ice. All right. That's all good. Let's get that happening and get this happening. That's right, I need my mint. It's ready. My muddler. Where's my muddler? It's there. That's good. All right, turn this on. Turn that on. Let's do that. Is that good? That's good. Okay. Move this shit across a bit. Okay. Get the Amaro ready. Get the lids off everything. Gonna get funky and minty. Put some lids back on things actually. Before I forget completely. Gotta clean as you go, as they taught me when I worked at McDonald's. Right. So, whiskey. 2 ounces of whiskey are ready to go. Okay. That's all good in the hood. Right. We got mint leaves. My muddler, come here. Look at that. Everything's a sex toy if you're brave enough. Ooh, that mint goodness is coming up already. Yeah, whiskey. My apple substitute. And Merlot. Over there, 3/4. So, got a little bit more. That's probably too much, but fuck it. Alright. So that's the ingredients. I should be fine straining this because of the mint leaves. God damn it. Okay, I gotta run away really quickly. And be back. Okay, I was not thinking when I unpacked the dishwasher tonight. Okay, but alright, let's make sure this is framed up right. That looks about right. Let's get that going. Get this going. Yeah, fine straining was probably a good idea. I'm gripping that on my phone. That's probably a bad idea. Okay. And I keep forgetting to take publicity photos. I will take one now. Okay. We're getting there. Alright, let's take a little picky of this. That will do. Okay. And now, moving the lights. Because I don't want to get blinded by the light. I feel a bit sweaty. Right, let's do this and this. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Ready to go? G'day cocktail lovers. This is a paper plane variation called Amen Corner. It drops out the lemon juice, changes the ratios, and adds some mint leaves. What does that do to the taste? Oh, it makes for a really tasty drink. Here's how we make it. In a mixing glass, we put 2 ounces or 60 mils of the whiskey of your choice, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of a bittersweet aperitivo like Aperol, then 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of Amaro, and forgot. Okay. We start by putting 4 or 5 mint leaves in our shaker and giving that a little bit of a muddle. Then we add 2 ounces or 60 mils of the whiskey of your choice, 1 ounce or 30 mils of a bittersweet aperitivo like Aperol. Then we add 1 ounce or 30 mils of a bittersweet aperitivo like Aperol, and then 3/4 of an ounce of an Amaro. That's around 22.5 mils. We add ice to the shaker, and I'm shaking this just to get those mint leaves really pummeled a bit by the ice, and then fine strain it into a chilled coupe. All of which gives us the Amen Corner, a fun variation. All of which gives us the Amen Corner, a really nice variation on a modern classic, the paper plane. I recommend you try it. Cheers. Do. Yeah, I'm definitely sweating in here. It's humid. It's gross. Okay. Now I got to sit down. I'm leaning a little bit towards putting the air conditioner on. That would also cool down my bedroom, make it easier to go to sleep. Anyway, no more shooting videos tonight. What have I missed? Wait, we're getting input. What are we talking about? I missed a whole bunch. Oh, God, were we talking about Dane Cook at some point? I think the problem was kind of no one liked Dane Cook. You're saying he did get in trouble for stealing a Louis C.K. joke. But hilariously, he was on Louis C.K.'s show, Louis, as himself, and they had a discussion about him stealing that joke, which is very interesting. I think Dane Cook's problem is kind of no one liked him. But yeah. You're saying make money. Yeah, fans from multiple demographics. Yeah, that does make sense. It's slightly less common that I do the thing with making the video if I actually have people around. You recommend you try it? Sounded slurred. It's probably because I'm mildly drunk. Justin, fun fact you learned. Australia is the only country in the world that doesn't have an immigration deficit with the US. More Americans here than Aussies in the US. That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, at his height, like Dane Cook was doing those huge stadium shows. And Aidsy got mad at me because after watching a Dane Cook one, it's going like, I don't hate Dane Cook, but I hate his fucking audience. They're just these hollering baboons. Like Dane Cook's not actually saying anything funny and they're just hooting. And it's like, ugh. So yeah, he did voices for some animations, didn't he? Suspect it means Australia's the best country in the world. Well, I certainly don't want to live anywhere else. Yes, feeding the baboons. That is definitely what Dane Cook was doing. Marco, why would I want to leave that and come here? Well, the American mythos draws a lot of people in, and there are certainly opportunities, usually for people who are already privileged, to make money on a scale that is much harder to do in Australia. Oh God, was he in Pixar's Planes? Holy shit. That's not even what I was thinking. I was thinking of like one of the streaming things, animations. Yeah, not getting shot at school is a big reason to not go to America. Now I just want to look up Dane Cook's IMDb. See what he was actually in. Let's have a look. Dane Cook. What was he in? Good Luck Chuck, Employee of the Month, My Best Friend's Girl, Planes. What's his IMDb? I want to see everything he did. Something called Mr. Brooks. Okay, so he had another TV series called Take Your... No, he was in one episode of a TV show. Okay, so he did do some stuff for Robot Chicken. Oh God, was he in American Gods? One episode. Okay. Oh, I think I vaguely remember him in American Gods, actually. Oh God, he does voice stuff on Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. He did not do stuff that I thought he maybe did. Okay. Yeah, no, I think his big problem is people didn't actually, as in people in the industry, didn't like him. Like, you can understand people moving from the US to Australia. I just do really like living here, quite honestly. And yes, Justin, you are right. There are certain opportunities in the US and Europe that either aren't available or are much more difficult to get in Australia. There are cities in the Northern Hemisphere that are the population size of all of Australia. Micro, you think the school shootings are natural selection? Oof, geez, that's bleak, dude. Okay, that's also pretty good. The Amaro's given it like a chocolate note. Actually, I'm down with the clown. I'm down with that one. That's a 7 to 8. The other one was a 8 to 8.5, though. Which, considering I thought it was a novelty drink, is a pleasant surprise. Oh, dear. Oh, Dr. Jones. Okay, so this is called an Amen Corner. I found it on the Punch Drink website. It's a riff on a paper plane. So if we go paper plane, modern classic. I think it comes from the Milk and Honey bar, which just did so many modern classics. So paper plane is equal parts whiskey, Amaro, Nonino, Aperol, and lemon juice. This one mixes it up, drops the lemon juice all together. So you could do this as a stirred drink, but because it had mint leaves in it, I wanted to shake it to get the ice to pulverize the mint a bit and get more mint flavor coming in. So the Amen Corner drops the lemon juice and changes the ratios. 2 ounces of whiskey, 1 ounce Aperol, 3/4 of an ounce of the Amaro Nonino, and 4 or 5 mint leaves. I'm leaning towards it being a superior drink to a paper plane. I'd have to make a paper. I've had a paper plane in the past, but not for a while. But from my memory, I'm liking this more. Oh, yes, Micro, please talk about something you noticed. Strictly Sega. Okay, the blue drink, which was an awesome drink, the Jack Frost. Okay, so 60 mils light rum, 30 mils pineapple juice, 22.5 mils lemon juice, but 20, 25 mils, whatever. Depends how much you like lemon juice. I actually scaled it back a bit. My palate, I don't like as much lemon and lime as a lot of people do. But anyway, so and then 15 mils blue curacao, 10 mils sugar syrup. And if you were talking ounces or shots, 2 ounces or 2 shots light rum, 1 shot pineapple juice, 3/4 of a shot of lemon juice, half a shot of blue curacao, and 1/3 of a shot of sugar syrup. And it's all going to hinge on the rum you use. If you use a rum you like, it's a good drink, Strict Sega. It's worth making. Oh, whoa, that's a big call, Justin. What the US was meant to be. Oh, yeah, no, just all booze. And that's another reason for shaking it. Drinks tend to dilute a bit more if you shake them rather than stir them. But I also, I wanted to pulverize the mint leaves. So you have a lot of Chinese people in the military. Chinese government keeps convincing to give information. It keeps happening. Ah, okay. They keep getting light sentences for treason. What the fuck's going on? Soldier gives info to China, multiple stories in a 10-year period. Look, dude, who knows? And also, what we get told about light sentences and etc. Once the military's involved, what goes public is not necessarily true. One of them, partial citizen of China. Well, for every one who, sold info to China, there's probably 1,000 who didn't. Says that Jack Frost, white rum, pineapple juice, lemon juice, blue curacao. That's it. I love that you're spelling it like the film director Kurosawa. I think that's apt. Well, I mean, Trump's guilty of treason, definitely. Micro, look, politics generally, we are not being told the truth. But once the military's involved, what's made public, look, and it's impossible for us to know. Maybe in some cases it's the whole story. But I strongly suspect in many cases, what gets made public with stuff that involves the military, and this is whatever country you're in, it's not the full picture. That's an 8. That's I'm liking that. The Amen corner is nice. The Jack Frost may be a bit better, and in fact, the chocolate notes in this are making me want to do an improv. Maybe actually put some chocolate bitters in it and do it like an old fashioned. Yes, actually, I do want to do that. I did shake it because of the mint leaves. And maybe I'd still shake it. But I'm also thinking add some chocolate bitters. And maybe just a bar spoon, like a small amount of my dark sugar syrup that has all the cooking spices in it. Oh, the E.G. and Carroll thing's hilarious. Because where's he going to... I'm going to go on the record. There's no way Trump has access to that much cash. Because his whole thing is his wealth is a fucking lie. And it's tied up in things that aren't liquid assets and aren't real. Oh, yeah. No, Micro, here's the fun thing, though. If you ever get to Australia, I feel like your experience will probably be very similar to my experience in the US. And I think this is really common to a lot, and this counts for the UK as well. When people travel back and forth, you're in a culture that's extremely similar. And so you will probably feel initially very relaxed and this is cool, but then little differences will stand out, like things, because you get into this frame, this is just like home, and then something comes up and goes, oh, that is not like home. What the fuck is that? So the little differences just leap out. Whereas if you're in a country with a very foreign culture and whatnot, you expect everything to be different, so the differences aren't as jarring. But you're in a place and you start going, this is just like home. And then something pops up and you're like, what the fuck is that? For history, you told one of us said, fuck. Yeah, no, Australia still is a lapdog of England, quite honestly. Tiggle biddies. Ooh, okay, no. Okay, so I have not had Tempest Fugit, but I have definitely heard people who know what they're talking about talk about the various Tempest Fugit liqueurs as good. I mean, honestly, I have to admit, I tend to not go for the more expensive liqueurs unless it's a special one from somewhere local and I want to try it. There are these bog standard ones in Australia called Voc, but they've been making them for decades. They know what they're doing. I used some pretty El Cheapo ones tonight. But yes, no, Tempest Fugit, apparently very good. Actually, there's a bottle shop not far from me that has a freaking awesome selection. And they have some high-end liqueurs. I'm a little bit tempted to get one or two of their high-end liqueurs and see if I think it tastes different. But yeah. Wow, 65 US. Holy shit, that's fucking expensive for creme de cacao. Jesus, you should be looking at... I reckon you should be looking at 15, 20 US for creme de cacao maximum. That's outrageous. That's Australian prices. Holy shit. Yeah, I in good conscience could not recommend you spend that much on a creme de cacao. I reckon you would probably get really good ones for 15 to 25 US. Sorry, the word cunt takes Americans back. I see it's getting more commonly used in the US in media, though, like movies and TV shows. No, see, here's the thing. What's I found weird, and I know a lot of Australians find weird, a dude Australia is just going to call another dude a cunt. It's extremely, extremely uncommon to call a woman a cunt in Australia. Whereas from what I took in from American media, it's actually more common to call a woman that in America. And that's disconcerting for Australians because we say it to other guys. You either say it to someone you really fucking dislike or to one of your friends. As my favorite way to confuse foreigners is to tell them, true story, you need to understand the way Australians say things. If you got like two blokes sitting in a pub and someone's like coming towards them to say hello, and neither of these guys really like this person, but they don't want to make a scene, what you'll get is one guy nudging one, oh, here's your mate. It'll come up. Whereas if the two blokes are sitting there and someone comes up who's their friend, who's they're actually quite happy to see, when he comes towards them, someone will say loudly, oh, who let this cunt in? But you also reserve it for people you intensely dislike. But it's definitely said to dudes. It is. So you've said it to women. You're like, and I'm sure it gets said to women, but and language changes and whatnot. But it was always said to dudes here. Oh yeah, pissed is hilarious because although US culture infects Australia, so it changes. But pissed always just meant drunk here, and in the US, of course, it means pissed off. We always say pissed off. Dr. Jones Thrill On is the $28 brand. Honestly, there's no way I could recommend you paying 3 times more, which is what that other brand pretty much is. So it's definitely not worth it to get that freakishly expensive one. Yeah. And that's a little difference that I find really funny. We say pissed off, and I know Americans say pissed off too, but they also just say pissed. Whereas if we say piss, we mean you're drunk, you've been on the piss. Oh, micro. Okay, this is called Blue Curacao. Technically, Blue Curacao is an orange flavored liqueur. I honestly reckon it mostly tastes like sugar, but depending what brand you get, it may be more orangey. So you get Curacao or dry Curacao or triple sec. These are the orange flavored liqueurs for cocktails. Blue Curacao is just Curacao with blue food coloring in it. It just makes great party drinks. Blue drinks are party drinks. Oh yeah. It's seriously, it goes back to at least Shakespearean times. There is a joke in, I think it's Twelfth Night, one of the comedies, and uh, your protagonists have set up this real jerk character to make him think the lady of this castle is sending him love letters. They've faked a letter to him to get him to do something stupid, and he's reading the letter and goes, "Surely this is my lady's hands. This be her very C's, her U's, and her T's." And in case anyone missed the joke, one of the other characters goes, "Did he just say he sees her C, her U, and her T?" So it goes back England a long way. Many towns, cities, and villages used to have a back street called Grope Cunt Lane or Grope Cunt Alley, which is where the sex workers would be. That was like the official name of the streets. I think they've all been changed. So yeah, Micro, that's what I expect Blue Curacao to be in the US. Okay, that was a very special European version that's imported. Not worth it, in my opinion. Oh yeah, dude, we all love it, Rays. We all love it. And yeah, no, that's the joke. Her C's, her U's, and her T's. And that's a joke Shakespeare used. So the English have been saying it minimum 500 years. Actually, is that fucking bad, my history knowledge? When was Shakespeare alive? And I studied Shakespeare. I should know this. No, 1600s. I was right. Okay, 1500s to 1600s. So the word's been in use at least 600 years. If it's in Shakespeare as a joke in the 1500s, early 1600s, it had been around for a while. So yeah, the word's been around for 500 years at least. Raise, what is wrong with you? Sorry, what are you asking? With the expensive one, it's called Tempus Fugit. Okay, funniest lost in translation stories involve words that have a sexual meaning. Oh yeah, thongs in Australia, it's flip flops. Yeah, no, 1600s. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And 1600s is right. He's born in the 1500s, died in the 1600s. Yeah, what's wrong with you? Heaps. Fair call, man. You're owning it. Can't fault you when you're owning it. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Looks a lordy. I have no idea how thongs got the name thongs in Australia. Because, okay, so the original meaning of thong was a strip of material. Because the early slingshots, the ones you swing around your head and let go, that's a thong. So yeah, the G strings, which is just the strip of material going up your butt crack, that's a thong. That makes sense because the original thong was this strip. So maybe it's because your flip flops have a thong of rubber holding them on your foot. You went to the New York public system. Okay, so the brand is called Tempus Fugit, which I think is Time Flies. Yeah, it's Time Flies. So there's this expensive brand of liqueur called Tempus Fugit, and it's Time Flies. You say flips or flops? We say thongs. People. No one's been too embarrassed to keep calling them thongs. Okay, I've got to go get my glass to have a non-alcoholic drink. So this won't take off. Oh, I could put something on. Zombie AIDsy or something else. Okay, so geez, Dr. Jones, you are in an expensive booze area. Tempest Fuge, it's only $40 in New York, not 60 odd. But then I am used to prices across North America being weirdly divergent based on the local rules. So just when you're in the US, you best may ask for thongs in CVS. Correct him to say sandals. He confused the employee. What the fuck? We don't sell thongs here. This is not a sex shop. We don't sell underwear. Raunchy underwear. All right. This will, I don't know, 60 seconds. I've got to go get my glass and get some ice and then come back. Oh, you're in Seattle. Okay. Highest liquor tax in the US. Apparently, like almost 100% higher than New York. All righty. All right. I'm going to be back. Probably about 60 seconds. Just got to get some ice. Oh, there you go. Oh. All right. Ugh. Also, I decided to have a pee break while I was out. Because that's the way I roll. Okay. Yes, well, mate in the animal world is lover. I don't think your taxes are as high as ours, but yeah, it varies. Micro, that's actually a pretty good theory that mate comes from sailing. I heard you say that the other night. I have never heard that about Ireland. I mean, taking on faith what you say, but I've literally never heard that before you mentioning it. Well, I mean, I don't know. We did get some of the nobility here as well, the officer class in the ships, but my ancestors were the trash of the UK, definitely. Oh, you made the Jack Frost. Okay, well, if you like it sweet, man, you like it sweet. Like some people would use more lemon juice than I used. Um, you always got to do stuff in the way you like it. Okay, so you've heard of the Oggy Oggy Oggy. Okay. See, I was taking it on faith that it was accurate. Your ancestors like bread too much. I think mine do too. Oh, yeah. Public schools in the UK are private schools here, and state schools. It's confusing. Oh, no, micro. Mine are, when I say the UK, I mean Ireland and Scotland, and some English criminals as well. Mrs. Angry did, I think it was like an ancestry.com search, and did find um, this family of highwaymen that got transported. And then they served their time and stayed in Australia and became very influential landowners in the area near where I grew up. So they went from being highwaymen to being very successful farmers. Simmer down, my survey mate. Something people said. Like, yours were thugs who got successful. Yeah, I mean, there's so much Irish and Scottish in my area. There must have been thugs. I think my dad's side was Scottish and free, and my mum's side are Irish who are convicts. Not good blood. Unhealthy porky. Well, yeah. There is a certain depression that goes with the Irish. All right, I'm gonna have some soda water. I am just gonna make an old fashioned as well. Oh, cheese rays. That's tough. Well, yes, those things. Scurvy was, and that's apparently like where, gin and tonic with lime in it. The quinine in tonic was for malaria. The lime was to fight off scurvy. So that's where the daiquiri comes from, rum and lime. Oh, dude, doing pina coladas. I've got to make, I love making my own cream of coconut, which is really just getting coconut cream and adding a fuck ton of sugar to it, but it's so yummy. Marco, you did Ancestry, Half Your Bloods, hardworking Italians, worked from the bottom to the middle class. Yeah, that's like early 20th century US, yeah. Other half's Irish English hoodlums, yeah. Oh yeah. No. The canned stuff is what I use. So cream of coconut and coconut cream are two different things. Coconut cream you get in a can. So if you want instant cream of coconut for your pina coladas, for the measure that says cream of coconut, because from what you're saying, you have sugar syrup, just do 50% coconut cream and 50% sugar syrup, because that's what cream of coconut is. It's basically how I make it. I just put coconut cream in a saucepan and warm it up and then add the sugar. And it's like literally 50-50, the same weight in sugar as there is in coconut cream, and just mix it in till all the sugar's dissolved in. Fucking awesome. So yeah, instant cream of coconut is just half coconut cream and half sugar syrup. Great grandfather in prison. Look, I think a lot of us had people in our lineage who did prison time. Multiple records of your grandmother's Italian parents coming here. Absolutely no paperwork. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, people who particularly the 19th and early 20th century into the US, people just fucking showed up on boats. They had no papers. They come onto Ellis Island and they just go, "Yep, I'm giving you a name. This is who you are now." If you want to get really fancy with cream of coconut, you put a bit of orange blossom water in it as well. But for quick and dirty, if you're just strictly saying, if you're like making blender drinks, just do half coconut cream from a can and half sugar syrup. All your generations have prison. Yeah, I mean, some of my brothers had run-ins, I have to admit. Not aware of a huge amount of prison once they got transported here, but definitely a shit ton of ancestors who came out here being transported here. Like I said, my dad's side were free settlers. I think, what will I make you make? I'm actually just trying to finish this bottle, so I might do that. Okay, so I've got my very special serum, which is crystallizing, so I've got to make some more this week. I have tasks, I have projects this week. Alrighty. Oh my god, that stuff's so fucking good. So cinnamony and yummy. Alrighty, where are we? Whiskey. I want some whiskey. Let's just do this. It's fine and dandy. And which bit is... Oh, you know, just for fun, I'm putting some chocolate bitters in there. Just a little. Oh, because I'm a wild and crazy guy, and I do wild and crazy things. Where's my aromatic bitters? That's just here. There we go. Done and done. Fuck. Okay, I'm bumping into things. At that stage of that, put the orange peel in there. And the cherry. Hot damn. Hot damn, hot damn, hot damn. Scientists, yes, cocktailologists. We are getting into the science of cocktails. You want to do 23andMe? I don't know, it's weird. Like, you actually send them DNA sample, don't you? Oh, yeah, actually, that's a weird thing about Australia. A lot of South Australia was settled by minor English nobility, and they're really obnoxious. They have a more posh accent than most of Australia. Yes. I'd kind of forgotten that, but that's spot on, Rays. Because it was a later settlement. So, of course, later settlements were definitely settled by free people. Oh, fuck yeah. Although, I do have friends in South Australia. And I do like it. I haven't been there for a little while. Might go back there this year. Who knows? Oh, yeah. Adelaide, City of Churches and Axe Murderers. Well, they have the bodies in the barrel. There was something that I don't think there were ever any prosecutions, so it probably counts as an urban legend. But I do know some people who swear they had first-hand knowledge of it. There were these rumors in the 80s, 70s, and 80s of a secret society of the well-connected and wealthy in Adelaide called The Family, and they were kidnapping homeless people and junkies, and then doing weird torture sex things to them and killing them. Very strong rumor that this went on for quite a few years in the 70s and 80s. But again, because to the best of my knowledge, not proven, no convictions, so it probably counts as an urban legend. Oh man, that's the fucking tits. I love an old fashioned. If you hadn't decided America, Rachel, you would have moved to Adelaide. Yeah, look, honestly, making all these jokes about Adelaide, but it is a nice city. It's a big country town, but it's quite pleasant. And there's really nice country all around Adelaide. And nice coastline. That whole coastline around Victoria, South Australia, and Western Australia is really nice. Do we use a barometer? Oh, yeah. Do we use them as a barometer kind of fussiness? I think, honestly, probably even more so than Adelaide, the North Shore of Sydney is where the truly rich and powerful live. And kind of the area, not exactly where I live, but you go over to the coast, Brighton and whatever, which is a couple suburbs away from me, is the rich and powerful in Melbourne. And I suppose there's also the eastern suburbs of Sydney, where you get a rich enclave. Raze, you heard rumours of a dumping ground not far from Snowtown. You don't want to get involved in that conversation? Oh, yes, Toorak in Melbourne. There are actually a couple of really quite expensive areas, old money areas of Melbourne. Yeah, Justin, you put your 23andMe on Discord. Let's see, I don't have Discord open. I'm going to have to open Discord. Do. What do we do in Discord? So Justin's 23 and holy shit, 99.9% European, 81% British Irish, 8.5% French German. Dude, we were joking about me being when white met bread. I think mine would probably be very similar, Justin. I might have more Scandinavian than you because part of my bloodline comes from the north of Scotland and they did have quite a lot of raids from Vikings, so there might be more Scandinavian in me. But yes, Justin, you and me are definitely when white met bread. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, Rays. Okay. I'll tell you my funny story. Okay, so years ago, I don't know, my accountant knows some dodgy people and he does their taxes and whatnot. And there are all these guys who work with the secondhand shops, the pawnbrokers. And that's pretty dodgy, right? And anyway, they end up with this contact, some guys who were saying they were big stock market guys. And then this special thing that only happens, once in a blue moon. There's this little trading window, you put your money in, and in a really short turnaround time, you'll get like 4 or 5 times your money back. And there are all these things I do it, but they needed someone with a bit of money to put the capital up. And the various people, my accountant and these various pawnbroker guys, didn't have a huge amount of capital, but one of them knew someone who had access to a huge amount of capital. And for some reason, I was in this meeting, right? And this guy comes in, and this dude is so fucking obviously mobbed up. He is the epitome of Australian Calabrian mafia. And I was just like, this is who you want to get money off? Okay, fellas. And anyway, so there's this little meeting where the presentation's put in front of this guy because they want him to put up capital. And he looks at it and just goes, it's a scam. Everyone goes, what? He goes, no, seen it before. It's a scam. And the accountants go, well, I was going to do this, this, and this to make sure they didn't rip us off. And they go, It doesn't matter where you are physically, they're stealing your money electronically. It's a scam, not going to do it. Everyone's going, oh, well, that's disappointing. And then he just did this story. He goes, seen it before. Yeah, there's a guy, and there's a few people I know. They put their money in, and they all thought it was going to work. And yep, he just stole all their money. And then there was just this very small pause, and he goes, anyway, he's dead. I was just like, oh. And then he had this whole conversation about how some of the drugs he was moving to Sydney were getting intercepted by the cops. And my analytical mind, because my day job, I'm a business analyst, I look at problems and come up with solutions. And and it was like, okay, your drug shipments are getting intercepted by the cops, so you've got a snitch, right? How do you find out who's the snitch? And you go, and I this all turned over into my head, and I said, and then I'm in my head, I'm going, there's no way I'm telling him this because it'll get someone killed, and also he's a scary, ruthless guy who probably also knows how to do this. So, but what went in my head is go, okay, you obviously have a snitch. So what you have to do is to break it down into how many people knew about these shipments that were getting intercepted by the cops, and you have to kind of split them up. And so the different people know about one shipment and they don't know about the others. And the one that gets intercepted by the cops, that's your snitch. But I thought, okay, A, you're a scary, ruthless dude who is doubtless going to work this out on your own. B, I'm not going to give you a strategy to get someone killed. So I just dipped out of the whole conversation. Okay, so Micro, you shared too. Let me have a look. Okay. Oh, you've got a bit of southern Italy, Micro. There you go. 19%. 16% Sweden and Denmark. 14% northern Italy. So you're like a third Italian. Germanic, England, Scotland, Ireland, Norway. So that's the dominant one for you. It's like a third Italian, and then what's that? 25%, almost a third UK as well. So a third Italian, a third UK, England, Scotland, Ireland, and then a mix of stuff: Germanic, Norway, Cyprus, Finland. That's some fun stuff. But yeah, so you're like a third Italian, and then a third UK, and then just a mix. Oh, again, but it is important to remember these 23andMe and whatnot are not foolproof. They make certain assumptions and whatnot. But again, our whole lineage it's so crossed and confusing. Yeah, again, Viking blood from raiding England, definitely. Cyprus was a surprise to you, yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's the whole thing with lineage and intermarrying and whatnot, and because people don't always know their own lineage, and sometimes they lie about their lineage. Like, some people are never allowed to marry an Italian, so someone who's Italian lies and says they're not Italian. Someone's not allowed to marry someone who's Irish, so they lie and say they're not Irish. That happens all the time. Yes, I did see you were like 1% Native American, which might be made up. So a cocktail recipe called Garden and Gun magazine called The Counterfeit. High rye bourbon, Benedictine, Montenegro, lemon juice, shaken over. I mean, not bad. So that's essentially a whiskey sour, but you're getting the sweetness from the modifiers, Benedictine and Montenegro. And I like both Benedictine and Montenegro. But I swear, like with my personal tastes, I just go, oh man, just make that shit an old fashioned. I would dump the lemon juice myself. But some people like sours. If you like sours, keep the lemon juice in. I've just got this huge affinity for old fashioned. So I'd probably go the bourbon or whiskey, Benedictine, Montenegro, and bitters. See what that's like. It may or may not benefit from a tiny amount of sugar syrup as well. So, Micro, we have people go, I'm a 10th native. Oh, yeah. Oh, oof. Yeah, no, that's dodgy AF. Sours are how I first got into cocktails. The whiskey sour was my first favorite. The sidecar was another one. That's a sour. But also, the daiquiri is such a good drink. The margarita is such a good drink. Daiquiri is just a rum sour. Margarita is just a tequila sour, or it's a daisy technically. But yeah, no, that was how I got into cocktails. It's so good. You did an outside walk and got pizza. That's pretty good. Now you're home and eating pizza. I had an outside walk yesterday and got fish and chips. That was good. Also got slightly sunburnt. Less good. Strict say, tell you what, Not Drowning Waving. Oh my God, Not Drowning Waving are fucking incredible. One of my favorite things about them, they did a thing that no one else was doing. They had a dude in the band who had a guitar synthesizer. He'd have his guitar plugged into these pedals and whatnot, and there was delay and all these effects shit. To basically work out what part of the music was his, you had to listen to the music and single out everything else. That's keyboard, that's violin, that's that. And then the sound you were left with, you're going, holy fuck, that dude's doing that on an electric guitar. And I saw them live. He would do this shit live, and it was amazing. Yeah, no, it's people who want to steal more interesting cultural heritage because they have nothing interesting. It's fucking creepy. Micro, I'm sure Abigail appreciates the platonic love. So we're all boasting about outdoor walks. Outdoor walk and drive to the supermarket. Oh, I swear I had a couple pizzas in the last couple of days. Get a base from the supermarket and add more toppings. So yum. Oh, I've seen those. Are those the Smith's one? The limited edition Smith flavor? That actually sounds good. You're in, I don't know literally where you are, Micro, but yeah, a 5:30 pizza would be good, AM. So, Dr. Jones, dash of lemon bitters. Yeah, sometimes just a really small amount of sugar syrup can make a difference. And yeah, a dash of the right bitters can be a whole thing. You saw Sigur Rós live. Dude who plays guitar with a violin bow. Nice. You shared an ancestry migration map on Discord. Right, you don't hate the outdoors, just hate people who are outdoors and flies. Oh, I fucking swallowed. I swallowed a fly on our walk, and it was. I think it's happened to me twice in the last week or so. Swallowing a fly while on a walk, it's just the fucking worst. What did I have for dinner, Safra? I had one of my U-Foods because I had something else for lunch. It was their fried chicken and gravy with mashed potato and peas, which is actually super fucking good. You get the same pizza margarita with pineapple, onion, and a fuck ton of garlic. Yes. Platonic love is shared. You're not happy about being homeless and not being able to buy food whenever you want. Yeah, dude, I really hope things get back on track for you. Is that a ham, mushroom, and green capsicum pizza? That sounds good. Micro, if you were here, I would buy you a whole pizza. Yeah, not that many bugs, flies in the city. Not that many flies generally, but in the last week, twice I've had a fucking fly into me. And once I'm pretty fucking sure I swallowed it, and it was just like it's down my throat, and there's this tickling like it's trying to get out. I'm like freaking out and gagging. It was awful. I was not happy. Not happy at all. So if you see these crickets at the Australian Open, Mrs. Angry is watching it. She's telling me Medvedev is winning. Is it still going, or is he like tied it all up? Yeah, it's all swings and roundabouts, I reckon, strictly Sega. I managed to run my credit card up last year for a number of reasons, but I've got it back under control now. Micro is the best state if you like paying taxes. New York State, aren't you, Micro? Oh, extra garlic free. I think. Dr. Abigail, when we went to that place on in Carlton and got the 5 cheese pizza, which I think weirded you out a bit. But that's like my favoritist pizza from Cafe Cavallino on Lygon Street, Carlton. Yum. But that's the thing. Pizza can absolutely lift a mood, even when you are possibly being affected quite reasonably by anxiety and depression. I think you go, Micro. Do you want to go to North Carolina? That's where Ray's is going to end up. You're just going to stay in the concrete jungle. Ah, dude. I would genuinely enjoy, I think, doing a lot of travel in the US. I haven't even been there for ages, but I didn't travel that much. But I do think I'd kind of genuinely enjoy it. Yes, that's absolutely right, Safa. Lygon Street is Italy Central, like 20 Italian restaurants there. But, that's the whole thing. It's kind of cool. We discovered there's an actual distillery on Lygon Street. And they were quite nice people running it too. I initially thought they were just selling booze, but they actually had the stills there. They had the actual distillery there on Lygon Street. So that was a bit of fun to go and do a taste testing there. Michael, you had people wanting you to move to Oklahoma, not a chill state. Tell them Native American murders is not sounding chill. That is not sounding chill, even if they have a musical about them. Oh yes, again, but you, Dr. Abigail, you've got to be used to me exploiting my cishet white male privilege with things. But yes, there are definitely areas of the US where I could get myself into a shit ton of trouble if I opened my mouth. I swear to God, one of the weirdest stories I ever heard about how fucked up certain individuals can get, this is in the US, there's a woman who was a programmer, and this story goes back more than a decade. She was a programmer in a language called Debian, and their mascot was a little cartoon demon. And she was somewhere in the South in the US, and just like at a chain food place getting some food, and she's wearing a T-shirt that has the Debian mascot on it, which is a little cartoon demon. And these fucking stereotypes from The Hills Have Eyes start being really threatening and really fucking creepy, and it's because she had a T-shirt that had a little cartoon demon on it. You a Satan worshiper? And she's going, no, it's just the mascot for this. And it was just like this completely random, unwarranted psycho behavior. And it's like, wow. And this was a white woman. I don't think she was queer, but she was just by herself and had this t-shirt that had a little cartoon demon on it. And these fucking weirdos got incredibly threatening. Yes, no, I think this, Micro, what the story I'm telling is deep South shit. Um, and it was fuck. And I would actually be with you, Micro. A ghetto's safer than some of these freakazoid isolated towns. But dangers exist in many places in many different ways. Sometimes someone can be in an environment that's regarded as really safe and something bad happens. And sometimes someone can be in an environment that's regarded as really scary and it's all hunky dory. But yeah, I have to admit, in terms of looking after um, my personal safety, I can be a bit conservative. Oh God, that guy. My favorite thing about that guy, for those who don't know, Jason Aldean is some fake country and western singer who's from a big city, but had this fucked up, obnoxious, essentially bigoted song called "Try That in a Small Town." And it's like, bitch, you're not from a small town. You're just promoting hatred and division, and you fucking suck. Deep South, so weird. Even legit thugs won't go there. See, whenever I think about Deep South, but in a positive way, I think of the old TV series Justified with Timothy Oliphant. I think that's set in Kentucky. Now I want to look it up. Justified. U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. And it's based on a few books, based on Elmore Leonard's stories. He starts off, he's in Florida, and he does a fairly kind of fucked up thing. He goes back to his hometown in the Appalachian Mountains, eastern Kentucky, Harlan County. Yeah. And I don't think Justified is negative to Southern people. It gets really intense with some of the relationships and whatnot. Oh, Ray's the song, Try That in a Small Town. He's basically being a bigot. He's basically saying, oh, yeah, you try and be woke in a small town and we'll fuck you up. So it's basically saying, like, you're lucky you're in a big city. We'd fuck you up just for being vaguely decent. So, and that's not fair to the people in the small towns. Having grown up in a small town, yes, you get fuckwits in small towns. But that dude, he's not even from a small town. He's cosplaying. He's a piece of shit. Oh, Strictly Sega, yes, the Deep South, Dukes of Hazzard, but that was jokey and not realistic. I think Justified exaggerates stuff for dramatic effect, but great show. I fucking love Justified. I think I've watched the entire series twice. I'm tempted to watch it again because it's just really good. You know, Timothy Oliphant might also be on the list. And anyone who doesn't know the list, it's the list that Taika Waititi's on. So, oh yeah, no question that there's plenty of fuckwits in the city. Yes. But there's definitely some rural areas, some small towns where the nasty shit is front and center and unavoidable. In the city, it can be kind of under the thing. Yeah, Rays, again, this guy who did this song, Try That in a Small Town, he's a piece of shit. The sort of ignorant, bigoted, like Trumpy fuckwittery that he put in that song is not fair to the overwhelming majority of people in small towns. Mind you, I did see a really funny TikTok. This woman has a TikTok channel. I think it's reasonably popular. She's called Southern Mama or something. It's a white woman. And she's just always doing this thing about Southern manners and whatnot. And it's comedy and she's exaggerating and whatnot. And she got the stuff where some dude who thinks he's gangster, this black dude, and he's just going, yeah, I walk up to your front door. What are you gonna do? And this woman is just being like this sweet lady. She goes, oh, bless you, young fella. Oh, you want to know what happened to your door? All I want to know, if you come up with that attitude to my door, are you right with Jesus? Because you're going to be meeting him real soon. It's just like, I'm not doing it justice because she just did this really sweet motherly thing and you're so sweet, bless. But if you're going to cop an attitude in my town, I just hope you're right with Jesus because you're going to be meeting him soon. And I found it very funny. Oh, God, what's this random bit here, Micro? Republican Nick Wilson went viral Tuesday sponsoring House bill, which removed... Oh, no! Oh, Republicans keep doing stuff like that. Removing first cousins from the list of relatives. So he wants to make it legal to fuck your cousin. I mean, yeah. Oh, nice. Discovered a new lesbian singer. So you're woke as hell. In your pants. Nice. Okay, he's a past winner of the TV show Survivor. Wowzers. So he won Survivor and he's in Kentucky and he wants it to make it legal to fuck your cousin. I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm just like, no. Oh, good Lord. That's such a worry. That is such a worry. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, because most of the new music I listen to, Dr. Abigail, Australian sort of pop music, most of it women. Quite a few of them are either gay or non-binary or, definitely on the queer spectrum. People like Tash Sultana and G Flip and who else? I think Amy Shark's hetero. But are these bloody Zoomers? Are any of them hetero? They're bloody poly, pansexual carryings-ons. Actually, excellent point, Micro. His cousin's got to be hot. If he's sponsoring bills to fuck cousins, he has got to have a hot cousin. That I didn't even think of that, but you're dude, you're thinking. Tash is non-binary. And also, I love their music. The stuff they put together just in their lounge room was incredible. So I don't know. The fucking Crocs. Let love bloom in every way and whatnot, but I don't want to talk about that because every couple of weeks someone's torn apart by a crocodile. Possibly peak. I actually just blanked on his name. I was going to say Barnaby Joyce, but he's not Barnaby Joyce. He's got way more credibility than Barnaby Joyce. That is one of the peak bits of fucking strangeness in Australian politics. Bob Catter, yes. Oh, Rays, did you like the impression? I love it. Okay, because Bob Catter, I think, is a really interesting person because I believe most of the time he is very sincere about representing his constituency, and he can let bigotry go aside. Like, he can sort of come out against bigotry, but he's just kind of got a disconnect from reality. like being in North Queensland fried his brain a bit. And the classic was definitely that press conference where he's being asked about marriage equality, and he's basically saying he doesn't care, and is like, you know, let love blossom in 1,000 different ways. I don't want to get in anyone's way, but everything is secondary to people getting ripped apart by crocs. And it's like he was demonically possessed. The way he flipped was like someone who's demonically possessed. Hey, cow hugging vegan, by the way. Micro, you know our major cities have a little Italy, Chinatown, yeah. Move to Florida. Oh, a little Australia. There is actually a Melbourne, Florida. I could go and set up a Melbourne, Florida and put up the two bits of Melbourne. We want Melbourne cafe culture and Melbourne cocktail bar culture. Set it up in Melbourne, Florida. It was beautiful the way he flipped. It was incredible. Yeah, here's the thing. I genuinely think most of the time you could probably reach Bob Catter with just by being empathetic and listening. Because I don't think he's evil. I don't think he's a liar. I don't think he's mendacious to the extent of other conservative politicians. But I think like when he says something really out there and fucked up, there's at least a 50-50 chance that you could sit with him and go, okay, Bob, let's talk. Let's just fucking talk, Bob. And I think at least half the time you get through to him. I mean, I get the joke raised, Katter and Pauline Hanson having a baby. But again, Pauline Hanson's a liar and a grifter, argues in bad faith, whips up bigotry and hatred for her own gain. Bob Catter's way less guilty of doing that stuff. Any trouble with Little Australia and Florida is you're in Florida. I mean, yes. Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. The Melbourne, Florida has a view of Cape Canaveral. You get to see the launches. Oh, God, you looked up the quote. Like, let love bloom in 1,000 different ways, but I'm not spending any time on it. In the meantime, every 3 months, person's torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland, which I don't think it actually happens that often. I could be wrong, but I don't think it happens that often. But it was such a funny thing to say. It's like, well, marriage equality affects a huge section of the populace. But even if what he said about the crocs was literally true, that's 4 people a year, Bob. That's not a very big deal. It's a big deal for the individuals who get torn apart by a croc, but societally, it's not that big. Oh, there's a Sydney in Florida too. Nice. Yes, fairy bread and meat pies. I will fucking open a cafe in Melbourne, Florida, and have fairy bread, meat pies. Everyone has avocado, smashed avo on toast. Started in Melbourne. Yeah, again, Catter is fucked up in various ways, but he's not an evil, soulless, lying, steaming pile of shit like Pauline Hanson. She's just fucking garbage with no redeeming features. I know. I'm starting to feel it that Florida's stealing our city names. Australian sushi. Oh God, are you going to tell me what Australia? We have proper sushi, but I'm not sure what you're saying is Australian sushi. Is that like a sausage in wrapped up? But yeah, I don't know. Australian like Melbourne cafe culture and Melbourne cocktail bar culture, I'll take that to the world. No, I don't know specifically what you're referring to. Do you mean like a Chico roll or something? I don't know specifically what you're referring to. Well, there's a Paris, Texas. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Paris, Florida. Okay, so you can get sushi 2 ways depending where you go. In some places, it's slices. I'm just used to... Okay, this is where you confused me because I'm actually used to legit sushi done by Japanese people who know how to make sushi. Sometimes it's a full stick of sushi. That's the Aussie version. Okay, I generally don't know what that means. Because also there's sushi and sashimi, and there's the rice paper. I don't eat sushi as a rule, so I'm not the right person. So I don't really know. Man, okay, it's actually cold in here now. Do you remember when I complained I was sweaty and I turned on the aircon? It's actually cold in here now. I'll be going to bed soon. And turning the air conditioner off. You're at Little Australia in Phuket. Just bars, booze. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. You like sashimi salmon? See, I'm a fish person. I'm definitely not a raw fish person. Oh, yeah, Naples in Florida. Why not? Okay, so Strictly Sega's posted. Oh, okay, but I'm going to show this. I thought, okay, help me out, people. I thought this was called a California roll. I know you see this in all the sushi places in Australia. Okay, you reckon we're the only people who have sushi like this? Okay, I don't want to start a fight, but now I'm going to look up California roll. Oh, okay. No. The California rolls don't look like that. All right, so I'm going to take your word for it. Are we literally the only people who have sushi like that? Yeah, no. California roll is like a slice of that, but without the seaweed wrap around it. California rolls seafood extender. You don't like soccer or football? Way more sense. Way better sport than cricket. Oof. Okay, did they actually just launch it in New York? All right. Yeah, I don't like seaweed. I don't like the seaweed wrap. I've tried to enjoy it because my offspring like it, and I was like, nope, I just don't like the seaweed wrap. Someone actually opened a place called Aussie Sushi. Good lord. There you go. I missed that one. And again, because I'm not a sushi person, I didn't realize that was solely an Australian thing. Yeah, so the California roll is the filling rolled up in rice, but then cut into little bits and not with the seaweed wrap. There you go. Jeez, Micro, you're just getting out there with the cultural criticism. Cricket's a sport like UK drill rap. God damn. She got in trouble for cultural appropriation. Well, yeah, I could see that happening. Okay. Well, that's the whole thing. God, now we're talking about food. I'm just trying to go to bed and we're talking about food. I'm thinking about food okay. Oh, at least you're being fair, Micro. Putting up baseball's boring as well. It does seem kind of boring and goes on way too long. But that's the thing. I don't know. Mrs. Angry got really into the cricket for the Australian Open. But yeah, I'm kind of used to seeing places that do have sushi sashimi made by a Japanese chef, even though it's not really my thing. I'm not sure. How's the tennis going? I'm going to have to go out and see what's happening. Oh god, yeah, I didn't just. Oh no, shit. Hey, okay. So I just clicked on the wrong button. Dr. Abigail, you worked out how to fix this last time I did it. I literally just banned Safa. Oh my god. How do I fix that? Shit. You fixed it when I accidentally did it to someone else. Oh god. I just fucking slipped when I was clicking on things. Oh, god damn it. Ah, you fixed it. I'm a fixer. You're still here. Thank you. Dr. Abigail fixed it. I fucking clicked on the wrong thing. Oh my god. I haven't done that for a while. Just randomly clicking on the wrong thing. Oh, that obviously means it's time to go to bed. That was terrible. Oh my god. What the fuck was I doing then? Seriously. Yeah, no, Safa, legit. It is time. Go home. I'm drunk. It's bedtime. Fucking, that would be a more generous excuse at a senior moment. Ugh. So I feel like I should just eat the cherry and go to bed now because that was too much, man. Too much. God. Fucking hell. Yeah, Micro, 6 a.m. for you. You should sleep. Yeah, that was a fast 2 hours. That was a fun 2 hours as well. But you'll take care. Look, so you still had access to the chat. It must have taken a while to communicate through, but Abigail fixed it anyway. Look, probably back on Tuesday, unless that ends up being like takeaway night with the offspring. Who knows? I might post something on the Discord if I'm not going to go live on Tuesday. But that's probably what I'm doing it. So you'll take care. I'm going to eat the cherry. Oh my god, those cherries are so fucking yummy. Yum. All right. All right. See you, fine folks, another time. But I'm going to go